Hi, in today's video we're going to take a quick look at the Sierra Designs Flex Capacitor 40 to 60 litre backpack. Now it retails for about £200, but I picked this up brand new for about £140, so you can often find it on sale, especially on eBay brand new. It is a pretty cool backpack, and as the name suggests, it is a variable size, so it has compression straps which can make it from a 40 litre backpack into a 60 litre backpack. Now this is the medium large version, so the Sierra Designs do say to measure your back size and stuff before you select the two different sizes, so there's a small, medium or medium large. So the medium large is about 1.4 kilos and the medium small is about 1.23 kilos. So not an ultralight bag, but not a heavy bag either, especially given the features and storage this bag has got. So I'm out on a wild camp at the moment with my daughter, who's in the tent making lots of noise. So that is a big two-person tent. I got two lots of gear in here, and I will show you in a minute how much gear I got in the bag. We'll do an unpacking of all the gear that's currently set up here. But before that, I'll just take you around the bag very briefly. I've owned this for a good few months now. I've used it on 5 or 6 wild camps. So it is a little bit of a first impressions, and the first use is not really a look at durability, it's just a look at the features and how I found it so far. So one of the things I really liked about this bag is I did like the idea of the compression straps. You can see now they're pretty wide because I had a lot of stuff in there last night, but you can tension all of those up to cinch the bag in and make it smaller. So you can just definitely vary loads. If you go out of a load of food and you eat loads of stuff, or you put on more layers, you can cinch the bag back down and keep it nice and tight. The other thing I like about this bag is the huge amount of pockets available. So it's got these two giant mesh pockets, so I can easily fit a tent in there. And if you split the tent into 2 dry bags, you'd fit it very comfortably into there. It's also got 2 lower pockets for drinks and other bits and pieces. So loads and loads of space on the outside of the bag. Obviously normally the walking pole connectors, that kind of stuff, are all on there as well. So coming around to the front of the bag, 2 really generous hip pockets, so I can fit my Google Pixel 8 Pro into that, no problem. Masses of snacks and other bits and pieces you can get into there. It's also got 2 flexi sort of bottle holders that you can cinch in on the top straps as well. Currently got a torch in one of them actually, because I was running out of space last night when I was grabbing things from the car. So loads of places to carry things on the front, so you can have 2 decent sized drink bottles in the front and save all those back pockets for other stuff, and have snacks in the side. The hip belt is nice and adjustable, but bear in mind that the hip belt has got 2 different sizes, one for the medium large and one for the small medium, so do check which one is going to fit you before you purchase. Various different tightening straps and stuff which you can access on the move, the normal shoulder adjustment, that kind of stuff. So I found it very, very comfortable. Big padded things here to keep you comfortable, but obviously only minimal airflow between those pads, so it's not a frame backpack or anything in that sense. There's no airframe there keeping your back cool, so you are going to get slightly warmer, but obviously minimal contact points there. It does have an aluminium frame, which you can see given the bag structure, even when it's empty. All seems to be pretty well made and decent aluminium inside. Not a sort of hook over lid, it's just a nice simple zip lid, and there is a small storage pocket on top with a little clip to hold something onto, but you can't really fit that much into there. It doesn't go very deep, but you can get a few little pieces in there, perhaps a very lightweight layer as well if you wanted to. Inside the bag there is a water bladder holder, and interestingly you can actually completely detach this and use it as a lightweight day pack if you wanted to, but I've not actually used that at all. And then you can see the aluminium frame there, good quality. Again, that you can take that out as well if you wanted to. It just comes in a little hub connector, so a single pole down there. So you can see how it gives it a bit of structure, but doesn't have much weight to the bag at all. And then the bag itself is one huge compartment that you can obviously cinch down using those straps. So yeah, not a huge amount more to show you really. Like I said, I'll show you now emptying the bag out of all the stuff I got into it last night.
So to show you the kind of stuff you can get into this backpack, I've taken this for a little local wildcat with my daughter who stood just off camera currently. Bit of a breeze, it's about 8:20, so sun's not too far away from setting. So I'm going to get the tent pitch first and then show you what I've packed into the bag. In terms of the tent, it is a large Sierra Designs Clearwing 2 3000 tent, and it is packed into one of these huge side pockets, and I've still got one side pocket completely empty as well, and there's a little bit of space left on top of the bag, and I've packed for 2 people and I've packed an awful lot of stuff. So I'll get the tent pitched and then we'll come and look at the rest of the bag and we'll empty the bag out and see exactly what I've been able to pack into it. The tent is pitched, child is safely inside, and it's a little bit breezy, but it's quite a solid tent. Okay, so I'll unload the bag now to show you exactly what I've got packed in it currently. So 900ml water bottle in one of the down pockets, and then the other little pocket, a can of cider. In the little pockets I've just got my DJ Action 4, have my phone in the other pocket and a set of earpods. Essentials, a tablet for you, waterproof jacket, a big bag of snacks and wipes and a drink, big bag of, yeah, the milk's in there.
Orange bag?
Yeah, the milk's in the orange bag. So all the toiletries, toothbrush, the whole safety kit, all the rest of it I normally pack away into there. A jacket, get out of the way, a jacket, a hoodie, spare set of clothes for Emily. Obviously one sleep mat, that's a light tour sleep mat, a Nemo sleep mat. I bought my down slippers just in case, my Nemo Philo pillow, a little wide seat pillow stuck against something in the bottom here. So 2 pillows. I've got my Cedar Summit Ember EB1, I think, down quilt. I've also got my Cedar Summit Spark Zero as an extra layer for either of us if either of us is cold, because it's a great little sleeping bag. A towel just in case, because when you've got a child, a towel is always helpful. And then a massive sleeping bag, which is actually Amelie's sleeping bag, which is a Vorday Dreamer Adjust. It's a pretty cool adjustable sleeping bag, but it is quite bulky and synthetic. So that is the bag empty, but again, I could have taken more stuff, and I obviously had a really big 2-person tent strapped to the outside of it, and I still have one of the big outside pockets full. And in the top pocket, I did just have a set of batteries and camera gear, which obviously I've taken out to start using. So that is just a sample of how much you can load into this bag. And obviously you've still got the 2 drinks pockets are empty, but I did pop a little torch into one of them, just so I've got a torch for tonight. So just an example of that you can get 2 people's kit into there. If I'd packed a little bit more carefully, I could have got a small stove, my little pocket rocket 2 and gas canister and 1-person solar cooking set. I could have packed that as well, and I could have squeezed a bit more food into there. But it is a 40 to 60 litre bag, so I could have loosened the straps a tiny bit more to get a little bit more interior space. But for 2 people, even if one of us is a child, it's pretty good. You can pack enough gear for 2 of you on there. And obviously you could strap more things to the outside if you really needed to.
As you can see, you can get quite a lot of stuff into this bag, which is helpful when you've got to carry all the gear for someone else as well onto a camp. So I think with a bit of clever packing, I probably could have got a little cooking stove in here as well, and perhaps a couple of porridge pots for breakfast this morning. But no, really pleased with what I've been able to get into this bag, and they do make a bigger 60 to 80 litre version, which I've looked at as well, and they go for about £100 on eBay in new condition, so it's well worth checking out if you want to go for something extremely large to carry loads and loads of gear. So like I said, I've had it for a few months. I've used it 5 or 6 times on different wild camps, and I've used it at least twice now with Amelie in tow, so loaded up for 2 people. It's performed really well so far, so it's just now seeing about the durability. The only concern I've got is there seems to be like a little bit of a, when the bag is full, the aluminium frame seems to be really poking at these 2 top points, so I just hope they're reinforced enough to sort of take that. Because obviously if I'm just going by myself, I'm going to be taking a lot less weight than I would do taking a second person. If I was going by myself, I'd probably have it cinched down near a 40 litre size bag than the 60. So hopefully, like I said, it's just a quick look around the bag. I'll update in future if there's any kind of issues with it, but so far I can't see any obvious signs of wear. It carries really nicely. I need to take it on some slightly longer hikes really to know exactly how it performs over long distances, but really pleased with it so far. I'm becoming a bit of a Sierra Designs fanboy really, but yeah, I think in the UK not many people buy much Sierra Design stuff, so when it does come up for sale on eBay you can get pretty good prices on it. So hopefully the video has been interesting if you've been looking at this bag. Any questions, any further information you want me to cover, let me know. One thing I will say is the rain cover that comes with it doesn't come with it. You've got to buy it separately, so you can pick that up about £15 to £20 off eBay as well. So I did buy that, so there is an additional expense on top, whereas some backpacks do come with them included, so just bear that in mind. If it has been useful to you, this video, do drop it a like, and if you want to see this backpack and more Sierra Designs gear in future, do subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one.